Oh my G's, and welcome back to the most amazing YouTube channel in the planet. My name is Skits. I've got somebody to show you right there, my little demon Jack, and we just got done live streaming. Excuse me, that is RuneScape. That is not OBS, but OBS is now right there. And I was playing RuneScape in the background while I was also playing a little bit of Pokemon here. And today, I said, and I told you guys on stream, if you were checking that live stream out, that I was going to record, come here, Jack, that I was going to record a good old-fashioned YouTube video, and that's exactly what I plan to do. I plan to give you guys, you know, an update of how I'm feeling, what's going on through my mind, and the good, both the good and the bad. And I'm also moving here, and I'm setting up this beautiful GoPro at this new location because at the office where I have the computer and where I normally stream and do everything from and also record YouTube videos, there's like a construction going on, and there's just a lot of banging, and you know, it's gonna be an inconvenience both sonically. And by the way, you can also hear it here, but over there at the office it's way worse. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be here with my son, with my dog Jack. He's right here with me. And again, I don't really have a script. I don't really have a plan. Normally when I do these kinds of videos, you know, I have generally like an outline of the points that I kind of want to cover or I want to talk about. But you know, I want to get back into the habit of releasing, you know, traditional long format YouTube videos. And at the end of the day, I am a YouTuber, right? And I just want to give you guys, you know, an update, or I want to talk into the camera. I want to talk to you guys. I want to keep some sort of record or a note on how I'm feeling, what I've been up to, what's going on in my life. And yeah, get back into the habit of doing this because we used to do it, you know, not long ago. And I know we've been pivoting more into live streaming in the YouTube channel. By the way, we live stream every single day. And yeah, again, I want to talk to you guys about both the good and bad, give you guys an update, and have a record again of what's going on, and hopefully get back into releasing, you know, long format YouTube videos instead of just 100% focusing on live streams. So again, and I have nothing scripted. I have no notes to go by. I'm not looking at a piece of paper. I'm just gonna talk to you, or I'm gonna talk to the camera as if I would be live streaming perhaps, and going, you know, off the cuff or freestyling. And yeah, why don't we start talking about the good things that are going on in my life and how I've been recently. And yeah. So, and oh, by the way, before I begin, I might cut out the empty spaces of silence. And if I begin to go, so much, I might cut that out as well. Because yeah, I just, you know, again, I don't even know why I'm gonna do that, but I think it's just better off if I do. So anyways, how am I doing? What is going on in my life? What can I talk to you guys about? And if I were to answer that, I think generally speaking, my life is good. I've been feeling good. I've been in a very good mental state, especially after going to the beach for 4 days. And yeah, man, before going to the beach, I was admittedly very stressed out, very tired, I guess. And I was definitely not in a very good place, you know, psychologically or emotionally speaking. From December, or not even December, from the last 2 weeks of November, all the way up to like the start of February, I went on this, you know, live streaming killing spree to, you know, to say something about that. And I spent 2 months plus working every single day on the YouTube channel, live streaming every single day, and prioritizing YouTube and only YouTube. And because of that, I was very negligent of my own mental health, of my own emotional well-being. And even though I really love, and again, I apologize for the banging if there's a lot of banging going on. I can't do much about that. The entire house or the entire apartment is going to be pretty much littered in this noise. Let me see if I can actually come back here. And yeah, I'm gonna try and record from here then. See, there's just a lot of noise. There's a lot of banging, bro. Okay, what I'm gonna do is go back and let's see. Hopefully, again, there's just not a lot of noise. Sometimes I do pick the worst times to film YouTube videos, but hey, it wouldn't be a Skits Tony video if it wouldn't, if, you know, there would be something going on. So yeah, long story short, you know, I kind of worked myself to just stress. Instead of saying I worked myself to death, I'm gonna say I worked myself to, yeah, to almost death. I was just, admittedly, I was just incredibly stressed. I was incredibly, you know, in a very negative headspace. And I learned the hard way that not everything has to be work, right? Not everything has to be YouTube. And for me to be able to keep up a very consistent pace, and for me to consistently upload YouTube videos or live streaming daily, I have to do things outside of YouTube to, yeah, to be able to keep up with the pace. And I do think that in today's day and age, considering how, like, the nature of just social media is, I think there is this sort of pressure that a lot of creators feel, including myself, that we just have to produce a lot of content, or we have to release a lot of YouTube videos, or we have to live stream every single day, and we have to live stream for an ungodly amount of time, and hours and hours and hours and hours go by, you know, either live streaming or recording or editing, and just to be able to, you know, satiate and yeah, satiate the algorithm or satiate you guys. And it's kind of crazy, you know. Sometimes it does feel like you're running this, it's either this marathon, but I'm doing this, you know, hand gesture with my hand, and I'm, you know, doing a circle as if I was a hamster running the hamster wheel, right? And it can certainly feel like that. It gets overwhelming at times. Frankly speaking, at least I'll speak for myself, I think I rather have this crazy output so that you guys don't forget about me, or so, yeah, I keep feeding the algorithm. And wait a second, I can't let Jack go in the office like that because he might pee somewhere, and I don't want to have to clean up pee again. Pretty funny that this YouTube video is a little bit all over the place. Again, I apologize. But yeah, you know, such is life. Things happen. You gotta flow, you gotta ride the wave. So yeah, going back to the topic at hand, I was just very stressed. I was just very, you know, I was definitely at like my limits. I was at the edge of legitimately going insane. And yeah, we went to the beach, the wife and I, we went to the beach like 2 weeks ago now, and believe me, that that pause, or that, hey, halt, not everything is YouTube, or not everything is live streaming, not everything is content, and disconnecting from the YouTube channel and being able to enjoy the beach for 3 to 4 days, and sleeping a lot and resting a lot and taking it easy, and again, disconnecting from all of this, from all the technology, from all the noise, from the computer, from the internet, from the algorithms, from everything really. It was just incredibly good for me, man. And I've realized, I've come to understand how important it is, again, to be able to just output so crazy. You have to be doing things behind the scenes in order to, again, maintain this insane rhythm. And I think I I do a lot. I do a lot for this YouTube channel. I live stream every single day. I'm pretty much thinking about YouTube 24/7 again. When I'm not on camera, when I'm not live streaming, I'm thinking, what can I do better? What video can I record? What can I do more of? Et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it just never ends. So I learned the hard way. I think I had to burn myself out, and to realize or to understand, again, to be able to just do what I do, I just need to be doing as much of resting or taking it easy on the back end, or, while I'm away, so to speak, from the channel. And yeah, it's been like 2-3 weeks since we've returned from the beach, and I'm feeling great. I've been trying to wake up from Monday to Friday at 4:30 a.m. EST so I can start the stream up at 5 a.m. EST. And I am normally streaming for 7 hours when I can, when there are no issues with the internet, or when things are quote unquote stable, so to speak. Yeah, when it's 12 p.m., I've already been live streaming for 7 hours. Again, from 5 a.m. to 12 p.m. 7 hours go by, and I've been enjoying live streaming a lot. I've been primarily live streaming old school RuneScape. I can tell you that I'm in love with the game. I'm loving what I'm doing right now. I'm on a grind to achieve and obtain level 99 Hunter, which is a skill in the game. And I am very much enjoying the process. The more I play, the more I love my character and what I'm doing. Old school RuneScape is a game that if you devote a lot of time, you put in the effort, so to speak, you're also going to get a lot of fulfillment from it. Again, long story short, to not necessarily talk about old school RuneScape so much, I've just been having a lot of fun. I've been having a lot of fun live streaming it for sure. The channel has been growing slowly but surely, and it's kind of crazy for myself to think that I'm waking up so early. This I would have never thought that at any given point in my life, and certainly this is even more true the more you go into the past. I was never an early bird. I was never a morning person. And here I am in 2026, again, waking or trying to wake up at 4:30 a.m. to begin, working. And I have to say, it's a lot of fun. I feel great. And especially when 12 p.m. hits and it's about to be lunchtime, I've already clocked in 7 hours worth of what I would deem work. Again, live streaming from 5 a.m. till 12 p.m. You're already, or I'm already done, or more than halfway done with what I have to do on a daily basis to feed the YouTube channel or feed the algorithm. And it's great. Honestly, it's insane. Again, if you would have told me, 10 years ago, or even more recent, maybe 5 years ago, that I was going to be waking up so early to do something, for anything, I would have been like, you gotta be kidding me. I used to be the kind of person that used to wake up super late, maybe at like 10 a.m. or 12 p.m. or sometimes at 2 p.m. And, I was up to no good at one point in my life. I was just being a degenerate gamer and, maybe playing World of Warcraft for 12 or 14 hours a day, and waking up at 2 p.m. again on possibly the worst day, and going to sleep at like 4 a.m., 6 a.m. and rinse and repeat. And it feels really good. It feels really great. What else? Me and the wife just recently turned 11 months of being together and being officially married. And in April 3rd of this year, of 2026, we're going to be married for 1 year. It's going to be our 1-year wedding anniversary. And that's kind of surreal to think about and talk about out loud. I think my marriage is going really great. I love my wife very much. And the relationship that we have is insane. It's the best that it could be, I think. We have our problems like any other couple would, but I think the overwhelming amount of positives dwarf the negatives. And time is going by so fast. And I'm going to talk about that, and I'm going to leave it at the negative, or at the end. But yeah, man, you know, I think my marriage is going great. We have a beautiful son. We have a beautiful son called Jack. He's right there. Maybe you can't see him, but he's that little speck right there. And it's going good, you know. I'm exercising regularly as well. Jesus, man. Yeah, I'm exercising regularly as well. One day yes, one day no. Come here, buddy. And yeah, I feel great. I've been exercising. I've been regularly working out since probably the last 2 weeks of December 2025. And I feel great. I feel stronger. You know, I still kind of have like a Homer Simpson gut going on, but, you know, all in due time. I'm trying to stay physically active so that, again, I can just be as sedentary as I can. You know, I sit down more than 8 hours in a day, you know, either in front of a PC or, you know, just chilling, hanging around. And yeah, I wanna feel good about doing that. You know, I wanna be very healthy, or as healthy as I can be, so that I can stream for as long as I can, or, you know, spend as much time sitting down doing whatever it is that I need to do for the YouTube channel. And again, feels great. What else? You know, outside of old school RuneScape and Pokemon Crystal, I've been playing World of Warcraft very casually. You know, I'll have to admit that right now, or the more time passes, I'm getting either more addicted to the game, or I want to spend more time playing. And I've been having a lot of fun playing World of Warcraft. Nice. I've been watching a good anime series recommended to me by somebody of the YouTube channel, a good and a longtime friend of the channel, the legendary Phoenix. My man recommended me the Apothecary Diaries, or the Apothecary Diaries. I still do not know how to pronounce that word. And I've been watching it with the wife. The anime is absolutely incredible. It's, in my opinion, a 10 out of 10. I'm also a very simple guy, admittedly. There's a lot of things that I would give a 10 out of 10 to. And yeah, the Apothecary Diaries is incredible, very nice. And that's the only thing I'm really watching right now. We probably watch like 1 episode a night, or 2 episodes at max. And sometimes we don't. You know, we're both tired at the end of the day, me and the wife. And yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much all I could talk about, at least what's coming into my mind about the good things going on. And now the bad. You know, if I were to be able to talk about something bad going on, I'd say the number one thing that is just alarming for me, I think it hits me negatively one way or another. It's just time and the passage of time. I just think, you know, at 37 years of age, just 24 hours in a day go by so quickly. They go by in a snap. And 24 hours really seems like maybe 14 hours or 16. I literally find myself, from the moment that I wake up to the moment that I am lying in bed about to go to sleep, it just happens so quickly. Bam! Right? And we're already in March. Arguably today is, I think, March 5. The 2 months of 2026 already went by, and we're already in the 3rd month. It feels like it was just yesterday that me and Mrs. Skits were celebrating the New Year's. And again, here we are. 2 months have already fully gone by. We're starting the 3rd month, and, you know, this is something that I say often in stream, but, you know, I feel like I want to go and talk to the man up above and ask him, like, man, can you slow it down for me? Because I just want to enjoy more of the day, or I want to be able to do more things. And in between streaming and taking care of the YouTube channel, exercising, eating, and spending time with my wife and with my son Jack, again, it just goes by in a blink of an eye. And I often find myself imagining going up to heaven or wherever God may be, and just be like, man, you know, make time go slower. Again, I just feel like there need to be more hours in a day for me to be able to do things, not better, but enjoy them more, or have more time to, do things. So I'd say that for me, it's definitely a negative thing. Why is time passing by so quickly, I ask myself, or I ask God. And I definitely want time to, again, not pass by so quickly. And then the second thing that strikes a chord negatively is all these things going on around the world in the vein of wars or conflicts or chaos. Every time I turn on my phone or I browse YouTube or I go on Reddit, I see certain headlines or I read certain headlines that I would just not rather have to read, or I wouldn't want these things to be actively happening right now. And immediately off the top of my head, I can talk to you about the war between Russia and Ukraine. Iran is actively and presently being targeted by the US and Israel. Somebody very important in the Mexican cartel, and actually a cartel leader, El Mencho is his name, or was his name, got taken out recently. And then in retaliation, the cartel started burning things and just causing havoc in a specific city or a specific state in Mexico. I do not know which one it is specifically, but that's happening, or that happened recently. And going back to Ukraine-Russia war, it's crazy to think it's been 2 or 3 years since that conflict has been. And yeah, not long ago in Venezuela on January 3rd of this year, our president got, taken out, or not taken out, he's not dead, but he got kidnapped by the states, and that's been a issue, so to speak. I've been seeing these crazy trends online, more specifically the looks-maxing community, and people like Clavicular, this very famous content creator now, who's taken the world by storm because of looks-maxing and what looks-maxing is. And I also see that a lot of kids and just adults as well, they're abusing performance-enhancing drugs, to get a better body or more beautiful body. And there was a revolution in Nepal not long ago. The conflicts in the Middle East, Israel and Gaza, and there's just a lot of chaos. And without getting too political, because I'll have to admit, I am very ignorant in many of these things. And I'm not here to also say something like A is wrong, B is right, or A has the justification to do whatever to be. I just want to say that it's just sad, man. It's just sad to just be alive in a timeline where, again, there's so much chaos, so much destruction, so much vitriol worldwide, that it kind of, bums me out, frankly. And I'm not a person who likes to submerge myself in all of these things that are going on, because again, they put me they lower my frequency, so to speak. They lower my emotional frequency. They lower my psychological frequency. I think I'm a very sensitive person. And when I look at these headlines, or when I read very surface level, or I see a clip about what's going on, it's again, man, it's just bro, I just feel sad. There's a lot of stuff going on that I would rather, I just wouldn't want all of these things that I just said out loud. I would either want them to not exist, or I would want things to be very different. I am a person who, at least right now, maybe this wasn't something real of me a few years back, but right now, Skits in 2026, I will say that I don't think violence is the way to get to anywhere positive. Violence is not going to solve anything, and fighting fire with more fire does not lead anywhere good. I think we need more love, and I think we need more empathy. And again, just to kind of wrap this point, it sucks, man. It really sucks. For me, it's just as a person that wants everybody in the world to be happy, regardless of background, regardless of skin color, regardless of economic, the economics, regardless of whatever God you might believe in, whatever kind of music you listen to, whatever kind of video games you play. I want everybody in the planet to be happy. And it would be nice, it'd be very cool actually, to just wake up one day, or whenever it is that I'm gonna browse news and see what the hell's going on in the world. It'd be very cool to see that no wars are taking place, no senseless killings are happening, and that this chaos that is kind of consuming the world right now, that it just goes somewhere else, or it disappears entirely, or and again, it's just sad, bro. Kind of sucks. Not kind of, it really sucks. And yeah, those are the two things that I would say right now kind of affect me negatively more than anything else. One is, this sensation that time is going by so quickly, and that it seems that I don't have all the time that I need in a day to just do what I want to do, and then all this chaos that is happening worldwide. I don't think it's something isolated in one continent or in one specific location. I think it's something that's happening worldwide right now. It's definitely, these are very turbulent times, and again, all these headlines and all these conflicts going on, I would just not want them to exist. But hey, I guess I'm just I was gonna say peasant. I guess I'm just an ordinary Joe, and global politics or geopolitics or economics, they're not, they don't really care what I have to say, So yeah, I guess that's really it. Kind of sucks also, now I've been thinking in my mind, like, what's better? Do I talk about the bad things first or the good things first and leave the bad thing to the last? Or, I don't want to end the video in a negative note. It is what it is. I guess I want to leave off with a little bit of optimism. And yeah, certainly things are chaotic now, but they don't have to be forever. And I'm definitely a glass half full than a glass half empty kind of guy. And I have hope. I have hope. And I'm always going to gamble on mankind. There's still good in the earth, there's still good people, and I think so long as a group of people, it doesn't matter if it's only one, I know there's still a good number of people who just want to steer things in the right direction. Hey, I have faith again. So things can definitely get better, and yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Now, before I leave, and before I click the record button off, I've been yapping for 33 minutes, man. That's incredible. Do you like these kind of YouTube videos? Do you, let me get my dog here. Do you want to see more videos like these? Maybe I'm just not even gonna cut anything. I think it would be pretty interesting to just, not edit and not cut this and leave it off as it is. I know that I spoke about many different things. And again, I did not have anything, look at Jack. I did not have, like a script to go off by or nothing. It was just me freestyling pretty much. Talking to you guys as, honestly as I could. And let me know down in the comments down below if you made it this far, if you like videos like these, if you want me to check in from time to time. And yeah, if you enjoyed videos like these, because if you do, or if you did, I'll make more of them, or at least try to. And with that being said, my name is Skits. This is my son Jack. Just checking in. And yeah, if you have anything to say or you want something to say, feel free to leave me a comment down below. And I guess I will see you in the next YouTube video or in the next live stream. And in the meantime, I hope you're in your happy, safe, and cozy place. Skid signing out. Take care of yourself, my G. And see you soon.